So I was talking to a woman guy recently, right? And she asked me what was my thoughts on splitting the bills 50-50 with your spouse or with your partner. Now, I know a lot of people have a difference of opinions with this topic or whatever, but my response was people have to do what works for them. Now, some people believe that a man should pay all the bills, and a woman should just, cook and clean, do domesticated work, take care of the kids or whatever. Like I say, to each his own. We gotta stop letting society dictate how we run our households and our relationships. Like I told her, I believe that people should do what works for them, because it's a lot of independent women out here, and it's a lot of women that are breadwinners out here. It's a lot of women that's out here with good jobs, and a lot of women nowadays are independent and they can hold their own. They don't need a man. I hate to say it like that, but it's a lot of women out here that have good jobs or better jobs or high paying jobs than some men out here. So, I think that if a person or a couple, they in a relationship or whatever, I think that they should just do what works for them. Now, with the 50-50 thing, my take on that is, I think that that husband and that wife, because we're going to stick to husband and wife. Let's just say the husband and the wife, they make around the same thing annually. Okay? Let's just say they both make around $40,000 to $50,000 each. If that being the case, then in my personal opinion, I don't see anything wrong with splitting the bills 50-50. I don't see anything wrong with that, because to me, that's not putting too much on him, and then that's not putting too much on her. You know what I'm saying? It's fair, because they make about the same thing. So it's not too much responsibility on the man, and it's not too much on the woman. So that would work for me. That would work for me. Now, let's just say if the man make around $60,000 or $70,000 annually, okay, at his job or his jobs, because some people do have more than one job, and at both of his jobs combined, he makes $60,000, $70,000 annually, or at one of his jobs combined, he makes $60,000, $70,000 annually, and the woman only make $40,000. So, in my opinion, that's not fair for her to have to split the bills down the middle with him, because she doesn't make as much as he makes. That man make almost twice as much as her. Almost. So, I don't think it would be fair to say to that woman, babe, we need to split everything down the middle. Because if he making $60,000 to $70,000 and she only making $40,000, I don't see that as being fair, with her having to pay half of everything when she doesn't make as much as him, if that makes sense. And vice versa. Now, I will agree that the Bible does say that the man is supposed to be the provider, the protector. And the Bible also says that if a man doesn't work, then he doesn't eat. It doesn't say anything about a female not working and not eating. And I know it says that for a reason. That's because initially in the beginning, when God created Adam and Eve, Adam was supposed to be the provider, the protector. Not Eve. Eve was supposed to be the nurturer, taking care of the kids or whatever. So, with that being said, I do still agree that the man should be the head of the household. But now in some relationships, you have it where women make more than their men. In that sense. So if the roles are reversed, or vice versa, if the woman making, let's just say the woman making $70,000 annually, and the man only bringing home $40,000, Am I gonna be a hypocrite and say, well, he the man, you know, he should man up and pay half? Well, again, to each his own. You know, I feel like that couple should do what works for them. If his wife is okay with, you know, pulling a little bit more weight because she brings home more money, but he still help her and pull his weight, you know, according to his scale of his paycheck, then hey, if that's what works for them, you know, or if he feel like he need to go and get a second job to, you know, pull some of the weight because he want to be their head and he want to feel masculine in that relationship, in that household, then hey, then that's on him. So I just think that everybody should do what works for them in that marriage, and we should stop letting society condition us and dictate what we believe and how we run our households and our relationships. That's my thoughts. Now, somebody else may feel differently, but that's just what I believe, you know, because me personally, I don't mind working. I don't mind working. And when I do, if and when I do ever get married, if my husband makes a certain amount of money, he be like, babe, you don't have to work. You don't have to work. I got you. Me, I would probably, it's no probably in it because I'm ready to quit now. I would go and, you know, if I had the means to go and just do ministry full time and go be a full-time entrepreneur, because I know me, I would get bored just staying at home every day, all day. Even if I was cooking and cleaning and tending to the kids, like, I wouldn't feel fulfilled just doing it. So I would have to do something else. And me also, I don't want to be a woman, even if I did have a good man and he wasn't using that you don't have to work as a way to control me, because some men do that, and I don't agree with that. But some men do it. But even if he was a good man and said, hey, babe, you don't have to work. I got you. Just focus on the kids, wash the clothes, whatever. That's okay if that works for that couple. Me, I would still do my domesticated duties. Wash the clothes and make sure he good and cook and clean and all that stuff. However, I feel like I wouldn't be fulfilled if I didn't go and like have my own business or do ministry full time or whatever. So I honestly believe that, you know, people should just do what works for their relationship. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments or whatever.